Hello, my name is Dan and welcome to Team Theme. In today's video, I'll be counting down my most anticipated theme parks that I personally want to visit. As there are so many theme parks on Earth to discover, this list will be out of 10. Number 10. The only UK park that could make this list had to be at number 10, and it is no other than the Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Despite Blackpool Pleasure Beach being quite mediocre compared to most theme parks around the world, as a person who lives in the UK, I'm constantly hearing positive comments of those who have visited the park throughout the ages. And as a British theme park enthusiast, it is pretty much of a must to visit Blackpool, as it is probably one of the most lively and nostalgic theme parks in the United Kingdom. And I hope to visit soon. Number 9. One of the most highlighted animal-based theme parks has to be Orlando SeaWorld. SeaWorld may be more of a zoo than a theme park, but it has a nice blend of the animals and the rides. SeaWorld also showcases spectacular animal displays that can give entertainment and education at the same time. If planning to have a trip around the Florida theme parks, SeaWorld is definitely a must to include. Number 8. The very first Legoland park had to be on my list. As a boy who has grown up visiting Legoland Windsor constantly, it'd be a dream to visit the original Legoland, to see any similarities and differences to the Windsor version. As a massive Lego fan, it would be very nostalgic to visit Denmark, to experience the original Legoland park and see how the Lego company has developed over the years. Number 7. Portaventura World makes number 7, as it has a very chilled atmosphere and a nice selection of roller coasters, accompanied by the other theme park, Ferrari Land. Also, Portaventura is located in the lovely country of Spain, making the park have decent weather throughout its operations. However, the main highlights of wanting to visit has to be the ever so famous Shambhala and Red Force. Portaventura World doesn't make my higher ranks as it lacks immersion, and I love theme parks that have theming and creativity. Number 6. The theme park that is a popular destination for visiting Florida is definitely the beautiful Busch Gardens. By watching numerous vlogs and just viewing images of Busch Gardens, I could definitely see Gardens is a very lively theme park with eye-widening coaster theming and calm attractions. I would especially like to visit Busch Gardens at night time, as their intense coasters such as Cobra's Curse and Shikra are amazingly lit up and displayed. I definitely have an urge to visit Busch Gardens in Williamsburg. Number 5. My first anticipated theme park that made it to the top 5 goes to Europa Park. Europa Park is probably one of the best theme parks in Europe, with its amazing appearance and dedication by staff. Europa Park looks as if it has some really intense theming in certain areas, but what makes Europa Park is the planting and the music. It has a fairly good coaster count and is a park that every age group can enjoy. I'd be very happy to visit Europa Park. Number 4. The one and only Disneyland in California makes it to the 4th spot, as this Disney park was originally designed by the man himself, Walt Disney, with the iconic rides such as Pirates of the Caribbean, It's a Small World, and the Haunted Mansion all originating by Walt Disney in the California park. What makes me really want to visit is of course just to simply view the park, but to appreciate that if it wasn't for this park, other Disney parks might not have the same charm that Walt Disney brought, such as Disneyland Paris, which has inherited quite a few aspects of the Disneyland in California. Number 3. The rival to Disney makes it at number 3, and it's no other than Universal Studios Orlando. To be honest, Universal Studios has a whole lot to offer, whether it be their water park Volcano Bay or the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. And also you can appreciate some of your favourite Hollywood movies, whether it be through a coaster or a dark ride. However, it doesn't quite beat number 2. Nearly my most anticipated theme park of all time goes to Walt Disney World in Florida. Some would say that Walt Disney World is split into 3 parks, being Animal Kingdom, Magic Kingdom and Epcot. But for this video, I think I can get away with it if I talk about them all under the same theme park. Walt Disney World was originally sparked by the man Walt Disney and has ever since been invested heavily, with actual physical theming sets and avoiding 2D projections and screens, which is why I think Disney wins over Universal. Plus, Walt Disney World does in fact have a water park, Typhoon Lagoon, so it offers everything you could hope for. The Walt Disney World has just too much to view, and I can tell that you can make at least a 5-day holiday out the park, as well as a broken bank account. Number 1. Out of all the parks mentioned, my most anticipated theme park that I want to discover is Tokyo Disney Sea. This theme park brought my attention as it goes one step further than other Disney parks. They include puzzling allusions to dark rides, they feature lively shows, even more lively than the shows in Walt Disney World, and have superb theming. However, if I did continue to talk about Walt Disney Sea, I'd be here for quite a long time, so that's the end of today's top 10. Before I do finish the video, please comment below your list for the most anticipated theme parks to visit and express opinions. My name is Dan, and you have been watching Team Theme. Thank you and good night.